Hey everyone. So I just want to talk a little bit about, I want to expand a little bit on what I talked about yesterday about algorithms or algos and how it is how I kind of came to how I kind of came to be enlightened by using algorithms and AI and all that kind of stuff. Just kind of give you a little bit of backstory, just like elaborate on what I was talking about yesterday because I kind of like feel like I circled around the topic and didn't really kind of give you exactly what happened to me. So, as always, I might read some of this stuff. Like I said, I'm definitely more of a writer than I am a speaker. That comes from the way that I was raised. And I'll get into that, one day about my own trauma and emotional trauma and what I had to deal with as a child. So anyway, I just want to tell you, kind of the backstory. This is about the fourth time I'm trying to make this video. I always make it and then stop. I'm such a perfectionist. That's just what happens. You're just like, you never think that anything's ever finished, And so I've made this video about four times. This will be about the fourth time now. And anyway, just real quickly, just give you a little backstory. So when I was, so in August of the election, no, November of the election year, what was that, 2016? 17, 17, 16. I don't know. Anyway, when Trump was elected that year, I began reading algorithms. And what I mean by that is I could read the patterns in the algorithms and how they interacted um, with our apps and our phones and, different kinds of things. And so I just started noticing patterns and algorithms. And so I took that ability and I turned it into a technique where I would take all the negative thoughts that I had in my brain called I call it loop thinking that I had like from childhood trauma that I would have like loop like I'm bad, I'm stupid, like all those really negative thoughts. I took those thoughts and started playing that up against the algorithm patterns that I saw on my phone. So once that happened, like I did this for like a certain amount of time, I actually broke that negative loop cycle in my head. And when I did that, I was able to receive all this universal knowledge started coming into my brain. So it's almost like I accessed kind of what the scientist Nikola Tesla, if you know about him, it's kind of like I accessed and tapped into kind of what he tapped into. And I have actually, I think I've caught on to like his secret and stuff. So I'm actually going to share that with you guys eventually, very soon. So watch out for that too. But yeah, let's see. So I began noticing patterns that the algorithms that were produced in the app's news feeds. So it was like certain different apps. I was just noticing the news feeds and how they were affected depending on what I did with my phone and whatnot. So I started reading algorithms is basically all I can say you. So when that new when I broke that loop thinking, all this universal knowledge came into my brain, and I was essentially able to cure my complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which is CPTSD, which is ongoing, comes from ongoing trauma that you experience usually when you're a child. I experienced this like shift in my brain. It was very significant. It was very definite. And when I experienced this shift, I was like, something happened. I've got to figure out what happened. Something happened. So I went and searched for science and research. So I found a lot of science and math. It took me, this has been about 2 years that I've been researching like what exactly happened to my brain that caused this shift with when I was doing the technique with the algorithms back and forth in my brain. So I found this science and the math behind it eventually. That's what I've been working on. So that's been going on. And so I began to realize that our phones are actually like just simply a reflection of ourselves and our environments. Our thoughts actually really do reflect reality. That's not just some cliche thing that people say, like it really is true. Everything we speak in conversation, everything we search on Google, everything you experience in your life is reflected in our apps on our phones. So I use that knowledge to, kind of figure that out. Let me get this really cleared up really. Let's see. Let's see. So it basically, if you can figure out how to communicate with your phone's algorithms, then you can achieve a form of heightened super intelligence. So AI they say is going to be like something for us to be scared of. No. AI is going to be something that is a helper for us, and you'll see that I kind of talked about that in my other video. I'm about to run out of time on this video, so I'm gonna stop it, and I'll be back to finish up this second part. So thanks for listening. Bye.